Down again.
Yeah, Shatterline. A lot of content to cover, not enough time to do it. We're just going to talk about some of my favorite things in the PvE side of it, and I mean, that's it. That's it. Let's get into it, guys. So first off, you have events, mini events, and large events with a big goal. So let's talk about the encounters and the event. So we're going to talk about the little mini events that'll pop up from time to time that allow you to collect the cash and upgrade your gear at a pretty quick rate. This is just one of the many. They're not always the same. They're very random. It's really nice that it's randomized the way it is. Even the enemies will be randomized, which is super nice. So it's not as redundant as most games. Now, what just happened is I got blasted. I'm downed. And I've literally got to wait a whole minute before I can spawn back in myself. Now, if my team members are able, they can spawn me back in with a res. So as you see, I'm getting rezzed. Really big part of this game makes the co-op very important. There is no limitation to your resurrections within the game. You can get rezzed as many times as you need to, which is super cool as well. The game is riddled with different enemy types. Some enemies have weak points on their backs or on their chests, and like it makes it really cool because you could be pumping lead into an enemy who's not gonna die and get his critical spot, and then he's done. This is probably the third cache that we were able to locate, and keep in mind all the caches are RNG, so you're never really going to know what you're going to get out of them. I was able to get a remote mine, which comes in handy. Someone else may have got a heal, somebody else may have got a gun, somebody may have had a perk. It's never the same, and it's a random generated thing, which adds another level to this PvE format. So here you're going to have one of the bigger events. It's one of the main events, main objectives throughout the game, which they do have supply drops that you'll get out of them as well. These are typically way more dense with enemies, and you also have to do certain things like stand in this area for so long to do this, destroy this enemy for this to do that, and do that 2 to 3 times. Now, it's what makes the game fun is how difficult it gets in a quick way. If you don't know what you're doing, you get downed, it sucks, but you get to try again. It's not over. Like that's what's so cool about it. As long as all of you don't die, you have the opportunity to figure out exactly what the objective is and how to get by it. These objectives so far do not change. They are not randomized like the smaller objectives. So the past 3 times that I've played, this objective has been the same. The only difference is when we stumble upon each objective based on where we spawn in. So last time this was the second one we did. This time this was the first one that we did. So that's really one of the only things that are going to change is what order they're in, not so much as what they are. That doesn't bother me because there's so much other things going on within the game. It stays fresh and tasty. I'm not going to lie, for all the work you put in early on, it doesn't seem like the rewards you get from these events are really that great. The extraction portion really doesn't make a lot of sense to me right now because even when I failed in the past, I still was able to take some of the stuff that I earned throughout. So I don't know if it's one of those things where we're just going to give you a little bit because you tried, or if it's just it's supposed to be that way at the end of the day. So yeah, we are able to get a great loot cache, which typically comes with really good gear, and then we can either extract and take what we've got and move on, or we can actually push further in and try to get more of the objectives. One of the keys to that is the more you do, the better your rewards are at the end of it. So you want to actually do these objectives, the bigger objectives, the main objectives, in order to get the best quality loot and gear by the end of it and get the highest reward when you're finished. Another great piece is look above to where it says Contamination. Contamination goes up as you stay in that particular area. This adds some more flavor to the game, giving you a little more difficulty. Right now we're dealing with mortars, and now we've got incendiary bullets coming from the enemies. So it's a way to keep the game spicy. You can retract this bar. It's not as easy as you'd want it to be, but it can be done. There's a lot of RNG, so we just finished our second main objective, and we got 4 blueprints and 100 credits, which, like I say, in my honest opinion, that's crap. That's not a lot. But here's your RNG. What you get out of these caches is not guaranteed. It's not always going to be an upgrade. The further you go in, of course, the rewards are better, but it's a little frustrating. I would like for them to add more of a selection to that or something just to give you more control out of what you get. It's nice that you can, you know, pick a gun and then throw your attachments on it, but I want a little bit more from that. I don't know what that is yet, but what do you guys think? Just out of curiosity. So again, lots of combat, lots of action going on. The game gets more difficult the longer you in. We literally ended up getting all 5 contaminants, but we had only done 2 out of 3 and started, 2 out of 4, and we had just started the 3rd one, which became bad because we had machine gun hulks everywhere, laser beams everywhere. My team was down. It was insane. It was intense, but it's what really kept me, you know, playing this. It's what's keeping me playing this game is that it's not incredibly difficult to the point where I know I'm going to fail, but it's not easy to the point where, oh, okay, this is a cakewalk, let's just play a game and get out of it. The rewards that you get from leveling up your guns are very nice, but I still do not understand the point of extracting because I don't feel like I missed out on anything. I still feel like I got the same rewards I had already earned even after we failed the mission. Either way, game's still in development, we've got a long way to go. So we'll see if that changes or how that ends up being by the end of it all. All I'm saying is listen, if you are a fan of waves of enemies, PvE, smooth mechanics, abilities, good shooting, teamwork, and all that other stuff, this game is actually pretty daggone solid for you to play. I've had a blast with it. I highly recommend it. It's free to play. It's on Steam. They plan on dropping this game in February of 2023 for consoles as well. So be on the lookout, guys. I feel like Shatterline is going to be a top-notch game. Go check it out.